Welcome to the Hate Watchmen with your co-hosts, Tony Parlay Reyes.
Welcome, everyone, to the Spread Show. This is week 16. I am Tony Parlay, and your eyes do not deceive you. I am solo this weekend. It is Christmas weekend. Both my co-hosts, Chris Billings and Andrew Miller, are off. Nevertheless, I still want to talk some football. Let's go ahead and break down some games. Last night, I watched the Titans as home underdogs upset the Niners. It was a pretty good game. The Titans looked like they were putting everything back together. The defense forced Jimmy G into some late turnovers. Titans came back from a 10-point deficit at the half. I did pick the Titans plus 3.5. They did cover. So I'm starting the week off right. Other than that, I'll give you guys some more average analysis, mediocre picks, and above all, bad bets. So let's take a look here. We've got 2 Saturday games on Christmas here. Let's see. We've got Browns visiting Packers. All these lines are courtesy DraftKings. Browns 7.5-point underdogs against the Packers. This is too easy for me to say. Packers are going to win this one big. Aaron Rodgers is going to set that Packers touchdown record. Be very surprised if that touchdown pass isn't to Devontae Adams, but no. What I know about the Browns is the Browns know how to lose close, and they know how to lose painfully, as evident by a last-second loss to the Raiders on Monday night. I'm saying the Browns cover this one. I'm going to pick them 7.5 points, but the Packers win. That's my analysis on that one. Not too much to say, really. Does it really matter who's playing quarterback for the Browns? No. Packers got that home field getting ready to be locked up. The first team to clinch a playoff spot, yada, yada. Aaron Rodgers and MVP conversation, blah, blah, blah. But a much, much more interesting game. Colts, red hot team. Beat the Patriots at home. Apparently, Jonathan Taylor's in an MVP conversation now, along with Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. They did have some news break today. All-pro guard Quentin Nelson is on the COVID list. Big part of that run game is not going to be able to make that trip to Arizona. Arizona just got upset by Detroit. They seem to be fading fast as the season goes. We've got that line right now at +2 Indianapolis. I'm going to go out and I'm going to take the Colts +2. I think as a team, they're just clicking. And I think somehow they come to Arizona and they upset that Cardinals team. That Cardinals team, they're just not the same as they were earlier in the season. No J.J. Watt, no DeAndre Hopkins. It seems like teams have really figured them out, what they're trying to do offensively. Kyler Murray is amazing. He can only do so much impromptu action. But yes, I'm picking the Colts to keep that win streak alive, make that AFC South playoff race much more interesting, and to go ahead and solidify them as the top wildcard team in the AFC. Moving forward, we've got the Sunday games. We've got the Rams coming off of their win on Tuesday against the division rival Seattle Seahawks. Wasn't really a very close game, although there were some dubious missed calls by the officials as Seattle was trying to drive late. The Rams, they look like they're putting it together. All the pieces they have on defense. Matt Stafford, it looks like he's clicking. He's learning that offense with McVay. Cooper Kupp is able to get open. They still have Odell Beckham. 3-point favorite on the road against the Vikings. Now, if you watch this show, you know that we cannot figure out that fucking Vikings team. Dear Lords, every time I think they're good, they disappoint. Every time I count them out, they surprise. I hate that damn Vikings team. Well, the Vikings did actually come through. They covered that spread, beat the Bears on Monday. They're at home. This would be a perfect opportunity for me to pick the Vikings to cover this as home underdogs. I believe Adam Thielen is coming back. But no, I'm still going to get tricked. I'm going to pick the Rams, and I'm guaranteeing the Vikings cover this. That's how confident I am in this pick, is that I'm going to be wrong, either way on the Vikings. And that's my Vikings analysis right there. Be wrong either way. Picking the Rams to go ahead and cover and to win this game. Moving forward, I've got the Bucs somehow got shut out against the Saints. Cannot believe that. Saints have Tom Brady's number, especially in the regular season. Cannot figure that out. They're visiting the Panthers, though. Good Lord, Cam Newton's bad. That whole Carolina Panthers team is bad right now. Bucs are 9.5-point favorites on the road. I'm sorry, people in Charlotte. I'm sorry, Carolina fans. With your home underdogs of 9.5, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. I know that the Bucs just lost Chris Godwin. It's a big loss, out for the season. And I know Mike Evans went out with the hamstring. Leonard Fournette also went out. But this right here, bounce back game, a.k.a. get right game. Tom Brady is pissed. You saw him throw that tablet. He is coming out and he's going to make a statement. This is going to be at least 4 touchdowns. Count them, baby. 4 touchdowns in this game. He's going to shred that Carolina team, tear them to pieces. And of course, Antonio Brown is back off of his little fake vax card. Brouhaha, little mistake. Oh, you served your suspension, but we actually need a receiver right now. So they're just going to pencil him in right into that Godwin spot. He's going to run all those routes. He's probably going to catch a touchdown. I'm guaranteeing that too. A Tony guarantee, lock of the week. Antonio Brown catches a touchdown. Tom Brady throws 4 touchdowns. This game is a blowout. That Panthers team sucks. Moving forward, Chargers, Texans. Don't have my co-host Andrew Miller here to go ahead and pick the Texans. Pretty sure he's picking them. He'll probably tell me some nonsense about Brandon Cooks, Davis Mills. Doesn't matter. No, the Texans are garbage. They're looking to go ahead and pick a quarterback in next year's draft. They're planning for the future. Chargers, however, very dangerous team. Lost a shootout to the Chiefs last week on Thursday Night Football. Justin Herbert, sling that rock. Super dangerous. I don't know what COVID affects, how many players will be there. Last I read, Joey Bosa was out. I think Austin Eckler might have been out, but to be honest, I don't think any of that matters. Justin Herbert is that good. It's a 10-point spread. Also, like I said about the Panthers, Texans are 10-point home underdogs. Not a good present for Christmas, let me tell you, but Chargers blow this team out. Justin Herbert slinging the rock on the road, bounce back after that Kansas City loss. Another get right game right here. I've got the Chargers big. They're going to go ahead and take care of business. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Now we're getting to the good games. This right here is, as my co-host Chris Billings calls, a nice little warm porridge game. This one might be a little spicier than warm. This could be the game of the weekend. We've got the Bills visiting the Patriots for the AFC East title. The Bills can go ahead and move from wild card to division favorite here, hosting a playoff game. Bills 2-point underdogs on the road. Patriots did totally get out coached and just dominated by the Colts last weekend. The Bills, they got to play the Panthers, get right game. They're looking good again. They had a tough loss before that to the Bucs. I just can't give up on Josh Allen. I think that this team is better than what their record is, which makes no sense because, I mean, you are what your record is. Courtesy Bill Parcells. Yes, the great one. The tuna, the quote. But yes, the Bills, they're better than what that record is. They've blown some games. They lost that weird-ass Monday night game a couple weeks ago to the Patriots, and the Patriots didn't throw the ball at all, and the defense showed up for the Patriots. It was super windy. Nevertheless, Mac Jones is still a rookie. Looked very much like a rookie against the Colts. I'm picking the Bills here. The Bills are better than what their record says. They get the better of the Patriots. They split that matchup, and they take control of the AFC East. +2, love the Bills this weekend. Another good division matchup here. This might be right under it for game of the week. Ravens at Bengals. Ravens, 4.5-point underdogs. I watched that Bengals team play. Somehow they beat the Broncos. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater did get injured, Drew Lock came in there, the wildest fumble play you'll ever see, where a defensive lineman just stripped him while he was running. Defensive lineman runs down the field, gets the ball stripped from him, but he's down. I don't even know what happened in all that nonsense. Broncos gave up 15 points. They lost 15-10. Drew Lock, not very good. But more importantly, the Ravens, I don't even think it matters who's playing quarterback for them. Huntley looked great against the Packers. Lamar Jackson comes back. We know how many problems he causes. Bengals whooped the Ravens' ass earlier this year. Ravens weren't happy about that. Much better coach team. I know everyone's giving Harbaugh shit for going for 2. He has gone for 2 a lot this season, and they have not converted very many of them. But most of the time, they were the right call. So, I mean, that's what you got to do if you're a coach. You got to have that type of confidence in your team to go win the game on that one play. I am in favor of that. I like that type of coaching. 4.5 points is way too many in a division game. Ravens win this one. They split that matchup too, and they cause even more havoc in that AFC North where everyone is separated by 1 game. Give me the Ravens this weekend. They're a road dog. I'm riding that road dog. Moving forward, look at this spread. I don't even understand this one. We got the Lions, fresh off the biggest win they've had in a couple of years, upsetting the Cardinals, 7-point underdogs against the Falcons. And then again, if you are a viewer of this program, you know that we like the Falcons here. We like that team. They are underrated. Cordell Patterson, Kyle Pitts. We like that team. I'll tell you that we like that team. We did not like how they played against the Niners last weekend. Holy hell, what the fuck? They were in the red zone so many goddamn times, and they just went for it on, I believe they went for it on 4th down when they were down like 7-0 last weekend. That's not the time to go for it on 4th down. What the fuck are you doing, Arthur Smith? That was terrible. Terrible coaching leads to terrible results, terrible outcomes. Why you make me talk shit about the Falcons? I like your team. Underrated team. I tell you all that to tell you, I'm picking the Falcons. A 7-point spread. I want to pick the Lions so bad, but they're not in Detroit. This game's on the road. Atlanta at home. Atlanta's bouncing back after they got absolutely shellacked on the West Coast against the Niners. Give me that Falcons team. 7 points is a lot. I think it's probably a perfect number. Game probably ends at a push. I'll be watching to see if a half point goes ahead and changes late, but give me the Falcons. Get right game. Cordell bounces back. He got snubbed. Should have made the Pro Bowl. Cordell Patterson game. Give me the Falcons. Ooh, NFC East nonsense. Giants at Eagles. Eagles 10-point favorites on the road. That was a nonsense game that happened on Tuesday with the Eagles and the Washington football team. Neither of these teams matter. Neither of these teams are good. Do I really need to talk about this too much? Yes, I know I might be biased with the Dallas shirt. I've watched Dallas just handle both of these teams. They've just dominated this division. I can tell you from someone who's watched them, these teams are not good. They do not matter. The Giants, I believe Jake Fromm might be playing quarterback. Yeah, he sucks. So it doesn't matter. Eagles, I mean, Jalen Hurts playing against some practice squad backups for Washington. Like, he doesn't matter either. Washington doesn't really matter. I'll get to that game later. But 10 points in a game like this that doesn't really matter. I don't know if the Eagles are 10 points better than the Giants. It just feels like too many points. Maybe because it's a division game. Joe Judge keeps it close. God, I don't like this at all. Over under 40 points. This is the butt game. Is this watchable? Maybe. If you make me watch it, dear God. Gross. I mean, give me the Giants plus 10, I guess. Terrible game. Talking too much about terrible games. That's what you guys tune in for. So don't worry. I got some more terrible games coming up right here. Speaking of, Jaguars at Jets. Now, I picked the Jaguars last weekend to get that post new coach bump after they fired Urban Meyer. Could not have been more wrong. Texans went out there and whooped their ass. I was like in shock. I couldn't even believe who Darrell Bevel, doesn't even matter who his name was. I couldn't believe that ginger bearded guy was the head coach. Doesn't matter. Jags don't matter. They're getting another number one pick. Trevor Lawrence is getting a free pass this whole year. Just a mistake for them. They're more focused on getting that number one pick and trying to find. They fired Urban Meyer already. They're not trying to fire nobody else. They're trying to find a new head coach. Definitely some good candidates. I've heard rumors, mumblings, Doug Peterson, Byron Leftwich, maybe someone that can go ahead and work with Trevor Lawrence and make that happen. But this game, give me the Jets team at home. They were actually beating the Dolphins last week for the majority of that game. Jets, not as bad as you think they are, but still bad. Definitely still bad. Not a team that you have a lot of faith on. Not a lot of faith in betting on them. It's a 1.5 point line. They're at home. Give me the Jets. The Jags are in shambles. I think I saw a tweet who's playing with Trevor Lawrence. Like I couldn't even tell you some of these players. I think it was like Tavon Austin, Laquan Treadwell. Like who are these everyman, journeyman, like practice squad players they're surrounding the number one pick with? O'Shaughnessy maybe is a tight end. Like, this is just garbage. You're not setting up your quarterback for success. Jags on the road. Give me that Jets team. The Jets have at least some good defensive players. Jets cover that 1.5 points, nearly a pick 'em. Moving forward down the line, Bears at Seahawks. Both these teams, they're bad. This is a bad bowl game right here. Another butt game. Seahawks at home, 6.5 point favorites. Pretty much a touchdown game. Woo, man, touchdown game in this. Man, the Bears though. Matt Nagy, he needs to get fired. He should have gotten fired a couple weeks ago. He saved his bacon with that win on Thanksgiving against the Lions. But man, they're really not doing Justin Fields any favors. I mean, he's been performing pretty well despite how much they've tried to screw him over with the whole Andy Dalton nonsense at the start of the season. I mean, not even an offensive line. The weapons there are just subpar, and I don't really like it. I guess I'm talking myself into a Seahawks pick. I mean, they have to be better than what I saw against the Rams. They were actually winning that game. I thought the Seahawks would at least cover. Picked that last week. Couldn't have been more wrong there. The Rams started putting the pieces together, although there were some dubious non-pass interference calls, but that wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game. Maybe the Seahawks would have covered if it wasn't for that. DJ Dallas, you're definitely on good footing to be mad. That was a horrible missed call. I'm going to go ahead and it doesn't feel good. I've got no confidence in this pick, but I mean, that's what you're here for. My confident picks. Seahawks -6.5. Book it. I'm taking them at home. Bounce back game after they lost to the Rams. Billings Broncos at the Vegas Raiders. We got a home underdog here. Raiders +1. Is this what I'm seeing, DraftKings? How is the spread this close? Drew Lock was absolutely awful in that performance against the Bengals. That Broncos defense gave up 15 points and they still lost. Come on, Drew Lock. You gotta at least be competent. Are you not competent? You're not competent. That's what I'm finding out. You're not competent. Derek Carr, late game magic. He loves that. He lives in comeback mode. He waits for those teams to go ahead and get that lead. Then he slowly but surely, as my other co-host Andrew Miller likes to do, gets in the car, starts it up, makes a late comeback. +1. Give me that. Give me that +1 point. Raiders are winning this game. They're not good. Broncos aren't good. They need to figure out their quarterback situation. Drew Lock, you're not good. This whole game is not good. Let's move forward. This is a surprise spice meter game right here. Steelers at Chiefs. 8.5 points, Kansas City. Oh, man, I would love to take Kansas City here. But this right here, this is a Vegas trap. You can't be taking this 8.5 points. Chiefs looking as good as can be. Top seed in the AFC. Mahomes, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill. They're clicking. Edwards-Helaire looking good on the running game. Defense looking good. Amazing comeback win against the Chargers last week on Thursday Night Football. But that's too many points. You can't be giving that Steelers team 8.5 points. I know Big Ben's terrible. I tried to bury him. Dude's been a corpse. He's been coming back like some Walking Dead quarterback, slinging it downfield. Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, who now knows the importance of clock management. Too many points. Give me that Steelers team, 8.5. They cover. Chiefs win. That's actually a surprisingly good game. Woo! And now my Cowboys in prime time against the Washington football team. This game does not matter either. The Cowboys have clinched the playoffs thanks to the Niners' loss to the Titans on Thursday Night Football. Cowboys, I don't know what's wrong with that offense. Has not looked right in 6 weeks, a month. They just not scoring points. Very vanilla. Don't know what's going on with Dak. Had the whole Tony Pollard injury. Zeke looks like he's injured. They're like hobbling along. Amari Cooper hasn't gotten over 70 yards like in 2 months. Paying that guy $20 million a year. Money well spent. But this team is no longer about Dak and the offense. This is about that defense. Micah Parsons trying to be Defensive Player of the Year. Randy Gregory's back. DeMarcus Lawrence is back. Trayvon Diggs just named a Pro Bowl corner. This team's looking pretty good. What does that really mean? Not a whole lot, especially against this Washington team, which is garbaggio and doesn't even know if they're going to have a quarterback. What, Heineke, Allen? I don't even know. Does it really matter? No. At home in Dallas, 10 points. Dallas is going to blow this team out. Washington's not good. Defense, they're going to take care of business. Cowboys win big. It's a primetime game. Maybe they'll have some celebrations, but it's all about that Packers and Bucs team in the NFC. But the Cowboys take care of business here and win the NFC and get to NFC East and get to host that playoff game with conviction here. Moving forward to our spicy game here. Dolphins, Saints, Monday Night Football. Dolphins winners of 6 in a row. All the haters on Tua. Is he good? I don't know. Is he competent? What are they asking him to do? He throws 3-yard, 4-yard passes. He manages the game. He was surprisingly accurate last week in a comeback win against the Jets. I saw Devontae Parker catching some passes. I think he got a touchdown. The Saints somehow shut down Tom Brady and the Bucs. No touchdowns. Won that game 9-0. Taysom Hill had some nice passes in that game. Specifically thinking of some deep bombs to Callaway. Looking pretty good. It's in the dome. Saints are home underdogs, 1.5 points. Doesn't feel right. It is pretty much a pick'em game. I don't think the Dolphins are better than the Saints. It's a tough one, man. Over-under is 37, so you know they're looking at a defensive shootout. Defensive shootout. That's the term I'm going to coin right here. Defensive shootout. Give me those underdog Saints, 1.5 points in that defensive shootout. Well, that's Christmas edition of the Spread Show. I hope to get my co-host back next week. We'll see how Billings and Andrew Miller are doing on that holiday break that they had. I'm Tony Parlay. You can check my website out, tonyparlay.com, for some more of this mediocre analysis, bad bets, and those picks. But you can check us out at the Hate Watchmen. We're going to be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You guys know the game. I'm the Hate Watch Man this weekend on the Solo Spread Show. You guys have yourselves a happy holiday and enjoy those games.